Okay, students, we continue questions based on Rolle's theorem. In the last class, we have worked, in fact, we have discussed both analytical as well as geometrical meaning of Rolle's theorem, and we worked some problems in that regard also. Now we continue problems based on Rolle's theorem. Next problem. Verify, this is the class number 39. And all this is concerned with PUC second year course. Keep that in mind. Verify Rolle's theorem. That's theorem short form for the function f of x equals to 4x square minus 12x plus 9 on the interval 0, 3. So in yesterday class we have a detailed knowledge about this kind of problems. Recall that memory and we start the problem solution. Here means in this problem from interval what we can find is that a 0, b 3 and f of x, so whatever the algebraic function is given. Also f of x equal to 4x square minus 12x plus 9. The first step is to verify whether f of a, f of b coincide. I mean equal or not. If they equal, we proceed. Otherwise, we conclude that Rolle's theorem does not hold. Very first f of a, that is f of 0. That means 4 into 0 square minus 12 into 0 plus 9. However, 0 square 0 into 4 0, 0 into 12 0, total 0 minus 0 plus 9, that is equals to 9. We also get now f of b, that means f of 3, that means in the function put x equal to 3, 4 into 3 square minus 12 into 3 plus 9. 3 square 9 into 4 36, 12 into 3 also 36 plus 9 will remain same. In the process 36 minus 36 cancel out, leaving out 9. What we can observe is that f of 0 9, f of 3 also 9. So very clearly f of 0 equal to f of 3 holds. Clearly f of 0 equal to f of 3. Nothing but f of a equal to f of b holds good. So one of the condition of Rolle's theorem has been now satisfied. We now proceed to find f dash of x. Observe, you can find f dash of x only if f of a equal to f of b holds, otherwise no necessity of finding f dash x. So let's find f dash x because f of a equal to f of b satisfied. To find f dash x, let's differentiate equation 1 with respect to x by earlier known methods. Next step, differentiating 1 with respect to x. F dash of x, right side, differentiation of x square 2x into 4 become 8x minus differentiation of x 1 into 12 remains same plus differentiation of 9 is 0, that is left out. Which also implies that very easily f dash of c means replace x by c, 8c minus 12. You have to judge oral whether this expression becomes real or any invalid number. It becomes real number for any value of x in this interval 0 to 3 because this expression do not contain any number in denominator. As denominator is not equal to 0, then there is no question of non-existence. Definitely this value exists as a real number on this interval for any values of x. That we have to write. Clear means undoubtedly. Clearly f dash of x exists on the interval 0, 3. What is the meaning of f dash of x exists? Fx is differentiable. That is, f of x is differentiable on the open interval a comma b, here open interval 0, 3. We have a theorem. What theorem will asserts? Every differentiable function is always continuous. Therefore, fx is continuous. And bear in mind these conditions compulsorily must be written in your examination solution paper to attain full marks. This will carry a good impression that you have a good knowledge about this kind of concept. Very clearly, fx is continuous on the closed interval 0, 3. As all the conditions of Rolle's theorem have satisfied, let's apply Rolle's theorem. Therefore, by Rolle's theorem, we have by Rolle's theorem, what we have is that f dash of c equal to 0. F dash of c means 8c minus 12. Therefore, 8c minus 12 equal to 0. That is 8c equal to 12 or c equal to 12 divided by 8. That is c equals to 12 by 8. These will come under multiple of 4. Commonly 4 3s are, 4 2s are 3 by 2. It's as good as 1.5. Observe 1.5 exactly center of this interval, as good as belong to that interval. It's as good as arithmetic mean. That's why we have in a heading itself Rolle's mean value theorem. Right here, x equal to c equal to 3 by 2 belongs to open interval 0, 3. That means for this value of x, Rolle's theorem verifies us. Therefore, for x equal to 3 by 2, Rolle's theorem holds. The same problem may be like this. Find the point on the curve. Find point on the curve, maybe points on this curve at which tangents parallel to x-axis. If that were be the question, if your question is that find points on the curve at which tangents parallel to x-axis, means f dash of x will be equal to 0 to be taken condition. So by that what we got is that x equal to 3 by 2. So we got abscissa, you have to get ordinate, means you have to get y value. This value of x put in the y. So when you put in the y, what we get is that y equal to 4 into 3 by 2 whole square become 9 by 4 minus 12 into x is 3 by 2 plus 9. 4 cancel, 2 1s are 2 6 are 9 minus 18 plus 9, that means it's actually 0. That means point on the curve at which tangent parallel to x-axis is 3 comma 0. In fact 3 by 2 comma 0 is the point on the curve at which tangent parallel to x-axis. Obviously this point lies above origin on y-axis or x-axis. Because of y coordinate 0, it lies on x-axis. Next question. Verify Rolle's theorem. Verify the Rolle's theorem for the function verify or discuss the applicability of Rolle's theorem. In several manners it can be given, but your working method will not alter, it remains same. Verify Rolle's theorem for the function f of x equal to modulus of x minus 1 on the interval 0 comma 2. Solution. Here a 0, b 2, f of x modulus of x minus 1. We shall find the f of a, that is f of 0, that is modulus of 0 minus 1, that is equal to modulus of minus 1, that is equal to plus 1. Also f of b means f of 2 means modulus of 2 minus 1, that is equal to modulus of 1, and absolute value of 1 is 1. Absolute value of minus 1 is also 1, and absolute value of 1 is also 1. Very clearly f of a equal to f of b satisfied. Clear. F of 0 equal to f of 2 satisfied. Let's find this function derivative. For that purpose we use our earlier concept. Already it has been noted that by earlier classes the function mod of x minus a is continuous but not differentiable at particular point a. That fact we shall use, since the function fx equal to modulus of x minus a is continuous but not differentiable. This is from earlier hours, you recall that problem. Continuous but not differentiable at x equal to a. That means now our given function continuous at x equal to 1 but not differentiable at x equal to 1. Moreover, 1 belongs to the interval, so differentiability fails. Obviously, Rolle's theorem also fails. Therefore, fx equal to modulus of x minus 1 is not differentiable. Is not differentiable at x equal to 1. As function is not differentiable, Obviously, for this function on this interval, Rolle's theorem does not hold. Therefore, Rolle's theorem does not hold. So does not holds meaning is that on this interval at any point for this curve there exists no tangent which are parallel to x-axis. That's the meaning of this problem. Actually it is a straight line. That's why no question of existence of tangent, because straight line cannot be a curve. That's why on a straight line there cannot be a tangent. When there cannot be tangent, no question of parallel to x-axis or y-axis. That's why for this problem, Rolle's theorem does not applicable. Next problem. Next question, discuss the applicability of mean value theorem. Already told there is one more mean value theorem that is upcoming. What it is called is Lagrange's. You need to decide whether your function to be undergoing with Rolle's theorem or Lagrange's theorem. Of course, still we have to study Lagrange's theorem. If at all f dash of c equal to 0, you must apply Rolle's theorem. But before that, you must have a condition f of a equal to f of b. So if at all f of a equal to f of b holds, you apply Rolle's theorem. If f of a not equal to f of b, then you apply next coming Lagrange's mean value theorem. It's a very easy identification. If f of a equal to f of b satisfies us, apply Rolle's theorem, that is which is running on now. If f of a not equal to f of b, then apply next coming Lagrange's mean value theorem. If there is a word discuss applicability of mean value theorem, that means it may be Rolle's or Lagrange's. Rolle's or Lagrange's decided by f of a and f of b values. If they equal, Rolle's, not equal, Lagrange's theorem to be applied. To discuss applicability of mean value theorem for the function f of x equals to sin 2x on the interval 0, pi by 2. Solution. Here a 0, b equal to pi by 2, and also at the same time f of x is given by sin 2x. Call this as 1. Let us find f of a, f of b values. F of 0 means sin of 0. Sin 0 value is 0. F of b means f of pi by 2. In the sin 2x function, put x equal to pi by 2. That means sin of 2 into pi by 2. 2 to cancel, sin pi, and sin pi value is also 0. Very clearly, f of a equal to f of b. That means we need to imply Rolle's theorem but not Lagrange's theorem. Clearly f of 0 equal to f of pi by 2 satisfies us. Let's differentiate 1 now. Differentiating 1 with respect to x. differentiation of fx become f dash x. Differentiation of sin 2x become 2 cos 2x. You can highlight it, and which implies the f dash c equal to 2 cos 2c. We know that from trigonometrical concept, sin theta, cos theta, range always -1 to +1 means sine angle, cos angle, whatever angle value is there, but outcoming result is always a fixed real number in the interval -1 to +1. That's why very easily we can tell that f dash x exists. Since sin theta, cos theta always belong to interval -1 to +1. That means cos 2x also belong to interval -1 to +1. Hence, definitely f dash x exists. Therefore, f dash x exists. F dash x exists means fx is differentiable. Therefore, fx is differentiable on the open interval 0, pi by 2. By standard theorem, every differentiable function must be continuous. Therefore, fx is continuous. But for continuity, use the closed interval, continuous on the closed interval 0 to pi by 2. As all the conditions of Rolle's theorem satisfied, now we are free to apply Rolle's theorem. Let's apply Rolle's theorem. By Rolle's theorem we have, by Rolle's theorem we have, what Rolle's theorem says that f dash of c must be equal to 0, means 2 cos 2x equal to 0. In the process, 2 cannot be 0. Since 2 not equal to 0, therefore cos 2x has to be equal to 0. And we know that principal value, means basic angle for cos to be 0 is pi by 2. We know that cos 2x equal to cos pi by 2, because cos pi by 2 value is 0. So what it implies? 2x equal to pi by 2, which implies that 2x equal to pi by 2, thereby x become pi by 2 means pi by 4. What is the interval 0 to 90 degrees? 0 degree to 90 degrees. We got 45 degrees. Very well lies in the interval. In fact, centralmost value. That's why I am repeating this word. We have in a word that Rolle's mean value theorem. The word mean value theorem, because this is arithmetic mean of the number 0 and pi by 2. We mentioned that. Right here, x equal to c equal to pi by 4 belongs to open interval 0, pi by 2. That means for that value of x, Rolle's theorem holds. That means at this point we have a tangent on this curve such that that tangent will be parallel to x-axis. Therefore, right lastly, Rolle's theorem holds. Or you can write the word as Rolle's theorem satisfies us. Rolle's theorem holds for x equal to pi by 4. This is analytically, geometrically on this curve. At this point, we have a tangent such that that tangent will be parallel to x-axis. Next problem. Verify mean value theorem. Verify mean value theorem. If it is f of a equal to f of b roles, otherwise next coming Lagrange's. Verify mean value theorem for the function f of x equals to e raised to x into sin x on the interval 0 to pi. Here a equals to 0, b equal to pi. Let's find and also at the same time f of x equal to e power x into sin x. Let's differentiate. Before that, let's find f of a, f of b values. F of a means f of 0 means e power 0 into sin 0. No doubt e power 0 1, but sin 0 0, total value is 0. Next f of b, that means f of pi. Replace x by pi in the function e power pi into sin pi. That is equal to e power pi into sin pi value is also 0. And 0 into any non-zero real number is always, in fact 0 into real number is always 0. Since sin of any integer pi always 0, very clearly f of a equal to f of b satisfied. Means we need to undergo Rolle's theorem rather than Lagrange's theorem. Lagrange's theorem to be taken only when f of a not equal to f of b. Since f of 0 equal to f of pi. That means one of the condition of Rolle's theorem is satisfied. Now let's differentiate one. Next step, differentiating one with respect to x. Differentiation of fx, f dash x. But in the right hand side, we need to apply product rule. First function e power x into differentiation of sin x is cos x, plus second function sin x into differentiation of e power x is e power x, or f dash of x equal to e power x common in the bracket sin x plus cos x. Next we also write f dash of c. F dash of c equal to e power c into bracket sin c plus cos c. Since sin x, cos x always well defined in their domains, means sin x, cos x always real number, and moreover e power any real number is again a real number. That means this total right hand side is a perfect real number for any values of x in this interval. So what we can say is that clearly f dash x exists. Clearly f dash x exists. F dash x exists means fx will be differentiable. Therefore, f of x is differentiable. Differentiable on the open interval 0, pi. By theorem, what we know is that every differentiable function is always continuous. Therefore, fx is continuous on the closed interval 0, pi. Because of all the Rolle's theorem conditions are satisfied, we now employ Rolle's theorem strategy. And what's the Rolle's theorem strategy? F dash of C must be equal to 0. Next slide. By Rolle's theorem, we have F dash of C equal to 0. What's F dash of C? E power C into bracket sin C plus cos C equal to 0. But e power any real number never equal to 0, since e power C never equal to 0 for any real values of C. Even if I take in particular e power 0, what is e power 0? 1. That's why e power any real number never equal to 0. That means this bracket must be equal to 0, which implies that sin C plus cos C equal to 0. Which implies that sin C equal to minus of cos C. Or you can take cos C equal to minus sin C. Choice is yours. Further, it can be written as sin C divided by cos C equal to minus 1, which gives that another equation, sin C by cos C equal to minus 1. Further, sin C divided by cos C will be well known as tan C equal to minus 1. Obviously, C belongs to second quadrant pi by 2 to pi, because tan is negative in second quadrant. So which implies that, you know from PUC partial trigonometry, tan of 135 degree always minus 1. So which implies that C equal to 3 pi by 4. Since tan of 3 pi by 4 is minus 1. If it were plus 1, your C would have been only pi by 4, but now it is 3 pi by 4 because of tan C is minus 1. And what about 3 pi by 4 belong to this interval 0 to pi? Right, here x equal to C equal to 3 pi by 4 belongs to interval 0 to pi. So for this value of C, for this value of x, the Rolle's theorem satisfies. Therefore, Rolle's theorem holds. Holds means satisfies, means applicable. Rolle's theorem holds for x equal to 3 pi by 4. What's the meaning geometrically? Geometrically meaning is that on this curve, at this point, we have a tangent. That tangent will be parallel to x-axis. That means this curve has number of points in the interval 0 to pi. Among of number of points, there is only one point, that is 3 pi by 4. Only at that point, tangent can be parallel to x-axis. At other points, there are tangents, but they will not be parallel to x-axis. That's a good meaning of this problem. Next problem. Next question. Using Rolle's theorem, find C. good as x value. Using Rolle's theorem, find C on the interval 0 comma root 3 for the function f of x equal to x cube minus 3x. He has given directly that applies straight away Rolle's theorem. No need of verifying f of 0, f of root 3. But even then, just as a proceedings, we shall get those values. Here a 0, b root 3, and f of x is x cube minus 3x. Call 1 f of 0, 0 cube minus 3 into 0, total 0 minus 0, net answer is also 0. Next f of root 3 cube minus 3 into root 3. What's the meaning of root 3 cube? Root 3 into root 3 into root 3. However, root 3 into root 3 is 3. So net answer is 3 root 3 minus 3 root 3, which will cancel out. Our coming answer is 0 there. Very clearly, f of 0 equal to f of root 3. 100% we have to apply Rolle's theorem, but not next coming Lagrange's theorem. Write clearly f of 0 equal to f of root 3 holds. Let's estimate f dash of x. Now differentiating one with respect to x. F dash of x equal to differentiation of x cube 3x square minus differentiation of 3x is 3. Further, which also implies that f dash of c equal to 3c square minus 3. You already easily we can judge that this expression does not become any indeterminate form because it don't have any kind of denominator expression. That's why for any values of x in this interval, this expression remains as a real number. So obviously we can say that f dash of x exists. Right? Clearly. F dash of x exists. F dash of x exists means fx is differentiable. Therefore, fx is differentiable. But use open interval for the differentiability condition. Differentiable on the open interval 0, root 3. Further, every differentiable function is always continuous. Therefore, fx is continuous on the closed interval 0, root 3. Function is continuous, function is differentiable, f of a equal to f of b satisfied. Nothing but these are all significances of Rolle's theorem, as good as these are all conditions of Rolle's theorem satisfied. We now employ Rolle's theorem. Therefore, by Rolle's theorem, we have what we have? f dash of c equal to 0 means 3c square minus 3 equal to 0. 3c square equal to 3, 3 cancels, c square equal to 1. C square equal to 1 implies c equals to plus or minus root 1. However, root 1 is 1, that is c equal to plus or minus 1. So actually from Rolle's theorem for this function we got 2 points on the curve. There are several points on the curve, no doubt. Among of several points, 2 specific points are there. One point x equal to minus 1, another point x equal to plus 1. Let's see at which point tangent parallel to x-axis, at which point tangent not parallel to x-axis because of interval 0 to root 3. I mean 0 to 1.732 etc. Obviously c equal to 1 belong to interval, but c equal to minus 1 does not belong to interval. Hence for x equal to c equal to 1 on this interval, Rolle's theorem holds. For x equal to c equal to minus 1 which does not belong to that interval, for that Rolle's theorem does not hold. You write that in detail. Here x equal to c equal to 1 belongs to open interval 0 comma root 3. Hence for this value of x, Rolle's theorem holds. Therefore, Rolle's theorem holds. For x equal to 1. But x equal to c equal to minus 1 does not belongs to interval 0 comma root 3. So for this value of x, Rolle's theorem does not hold. If interval were given different, suppose including minus 1, at that time definitely Rolle's theorem will hold. But right now for this interval, for this value of x, Rolle's theorem does not hold. Therefore, Rolle's theorem not holds. I mean, not satisfies, not holds for x equal to minus 1. Means only at point x equal to 1 we have a tangent parallel to x-axis. Suppose if question is that find a point on the curve using Rolle's theorem, find a point on the curve using Rolle's theorem means for this value of x, Rolle's theorem holds. Using this value of x, get a y. What is y? Y equal to x cube minus 3x. For x equal to 1, Rolle's theorem hold, put x equal to 1 here, y becomes 1 minus 3, that is minus 2. That means point on the curve. There are several points on the curve, but this is a specific point, 1 comma minus 2. Only at this point tangent is parallel to x-axis. The remaining points tangents are there, but they are not parallel to x-axis. That's the meaning of this problem. So next coming concept, so last concept that will be concerned with Lagrange's mean value theorem. We shall see in the next class. Thank you.